So for our second PE class this week, I thought it would be a good idea to do some hand-eye coordination stuff. Hand-eye coordination is all about using your hand as well as your eyes, to really make a choice of where you want something to go when you throw it, okay? So this is all about learning how to throw a ball, which is having something in your hand, aiming with your eyes where you want it to go, and throwing it to exactly where you want to get it to, okay? What I have down here is a bunch of old paper, okay? A bunch of paper I found in my house that I don't need anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a paper ball. And I have a basket right here, a garbage can, it's clean. And I'm going to make a couple paper balls. I'm going to sit in one corner and I'm going to try and get my paper balls into this garbage can, and I'm going to count my points. Okay, so I have all my paper. I'm going to have some small pieces over here, and maybe some bigger pieces just right here. So first what I want to do, I want to start with some small pieces, and I'm just going to crumple them up, like this, okay? We'll crumple up some small ones. You can even do this kind of action with your hand, it's pretty good to do. Crumple them up, roll them in your hand. Crumple it up, roll it in your hand. Okay, so I've got about 7 nice sized balls. What this is going to do later we're going to use some of these to make a bigger paper ball. But right now we're just going to take a few shots sitting in the corner, and we're just going to see if how many I can get in out of these 7. I'm probably going to try to hit it here or even up higher, maybe even the corner, so it just drops down. This is the first way we're going to do it because it's really the easiest. I have a backdrop. Okay, here we go. There's 1 in, pretty good. 2, 3, miss. 4, oops, miss. Cool. So I got 5 out of 7 in using the backdrop. 7 little balls, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, miss. 6. Okay. So now I'm sitting in front of you, and you are right where my garbage can is. So I'm going to do the same thing. Now watch when I throw it. I'm going to show you some more examples of this tomorrow. But I'm not just throwing straight at the can. What I'm doing is I'm kind of throwing it up a little bit. So take a look. That's in. In. Out, miss, miss, and in, okay? So you can see I'm kind of throwing it up. That's called a lob. And I'll show you in a lot more detail tomorrow. But what you're doing really is you're throwing on something called an arc. So if I want to go into this garbage can right here, and I'm sitting maybe over here, I want to throw kind of in an arc so that it lands inside. That is going to go in, okay? I'm aiming for the middle of the top. If you throw like this, it's just going to bounce off and hit. Or you might just throw it too hard, okay? Sometimes with the arc, you can do it a little too lightly and you're gonna land here, you're not gonna go in. Sometimes you can go too far and you're gonna bounce off the wall. So you really wanna look at this right here. You kinda wanna aim for that, the top of your garbage can. That's all I'm gonna show you for right now, but tomorrow morning, we're gonna make some more paper balls and we're gonna try some longer shots. And we're also gonna try a shot with a freestanding can, which means there's no wall to bounce it off. You are just throwing it in space and hoping. Next day, we're back. I have my little paper balls, and as you can see down the hallway, I've set up my garbage can, and it's not touching the back wall, so that means it's freestanding. So what I'm going to try to do with these little paper balls is throw them and get them in the basket, and remember, I'm going to try to shoot in an arc, okay? Learning this is going to help you a lot with learning how to play basketball, because okay, so that's what I thought would happen. And I think the reason for that is because when you're farther away, you're going to need to, number one, you're gonna have to throw a lot harder. You're gonna have to use a lot more muscle. And number two, there's so much air and space to go through and a little bit of wind. So if you have something really small and really light as paper, it's not going to go all the way there. The wind's going to blow it and it might not even get there, even if you throw with all your strength. So that's what I thought would happen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to uncrumple all these pieces of paper and put them back together and make let's try to make 3 or 4 bigger paper balls and see if having a bigger ball and a little heavier will make it go that whole way, all the way down my hallway. So let's try that. Okay, so I'm back and I've turned my 7 little balls into 3 pretty good sized ones. They're all a little bit different. This one's the smallest, this one's the middle, and this is the biggest. So I'm gonna throw the smallest one first and see if I can get it in. Remember, keep that good arc. Okay, here we go. Pretty close. Oh, not so good. And not so good. So I missed all 3. So I got 0 point. But that's okay. You can see that a bigger ball that's a little bit heavier, it had no problem getting all the way to the end of the hallway. Okay, in this shot, you can see a nice close shot of the garbage can. I'm going to try and throw my 3 paper balls one more time. And I really want you to pay attention on how it's coming in. If it's going this way, it's going to go too far. What we really want it to do is drop. Okay, that's why we're shooting like a big arc, like a big rainbow shape. So let's see if that works. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little PE video for this week about throwing paper balls around and starting really close, getting farther and farther away. In the beginning, you start using the wall behind you so that you can bounce the shot, and then also just get farther and farther away. And also practice with standing up and sitting down, and notice how when you're standing up you can see down into the garbage can, and when you're sitting down on the floor it's kind of more at your eye level, so you really have to throw it a lot, a much bigger arc, a much bigger, higher, taller rainbow. So give that a shot, and I'd love to see some photos or videos of you guys sharing that. Have a good day.